Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another 3-minute thought. It's the start of a brand new week, so we've got a word of encouragement to get you going this week. My name is Jennifer Elrod, the youth pastor at the Honey of Path Pentecostal Holiness Church and a member of the Dynamite Duo Devotion team. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the soil cycle. You heard that right. Not the water cycle that you learned in 4th grade science, or the life cycle that we all saw again when we watched The Lion King in live action. Yes, Mufasa died again, and we all cried again. Today we're going to talk about the soil cycle with the parable of the sower as it's found in Matthew chapter 13. The scripture tells us that a sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seeds fell along the path, and birds came and devoured them. You know, a lot of times we reach that point in our lives where we're just living in sin and disobedience. We have made an active choice to sin. Therefore, we've made an active choice just to cast our seeds down where Satan can come and peck at us when we're weak and when we're vulnerable. All he has to do is swoop in and grab what God is trying to plant. Not a good place to be. The second place that the seeds fell were on rocky ground where they did not have much soil, and immediately they sprang up since they had no depth of soil. You know, a lot of times we go to camp or camp meeting or revival experiences and we get on what we call this Jesus high, which is actually how we're supposed to be living all the time. But as soon as we go out into the world, we realize just how shallow we are planted in that soil because we end up conforming to the world instead of standing out. We let the problems of the world begin to stagnate our growth. And then all of a sudden, we realize that we had no roots. And we can't stand for very long. A lot of times we find ourselves in that place as well. Now, the third part, it says that it was planted among thorns. Of course, it's not good ground if somebody's going to come in and try to suffocate you. We do this to ourselves all the time because those thorns are for those of us Christians that are trying to live right. We're trying to do what the Word has called us to do and live according to what His voice is telling us to do. But we let the worry and the fear and the anxiety of the world come in and choke us out. Take our vision. Essentially, take the fruit that God has promised to bear forth from us if we're following and we're obedient. And then that last part that we all know, we all want the farmer to find good fertile soil in our heart. We want God as the sower to decide that we are a place where He can plant His seeds, where He can plow the ground, and then good fertile fruit will come forth from it. A harvest. And we know what that fruit of the Spirit should look like. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. But you know what? This is a cycle. We don't stay usually in one of these areas to grow for very long. We should always have good fertile soil in our hearts. We should always be producing fruit. But how often do we choose sin and disobedience? Just like the first place the seeds fell. How often do we choose to focus on the problems of the world, just like the rocky path? How often do we choose to let worry and fear and anxiety be thorns that suffocate our good fruit? I challenge you today to make your heart a place of good, fertile soil so that fruit can be brought forth, so that God's vision and purpose for your life can flourish. Guys, I hope you have a great week as you think about the soil cycle this week. Watch for another 3-minute video to follow from Marissa this week and another full length on Thursday night about making deals with the devil. See you later.